This video brought to you by our Patreons. Please consider supporting this channel and joining our Patreons at patreon.com/NovaWing24. Hi there folks, my name is NovaWing24 and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for your simulation release news and goings on from the week that was. So here we are on Sunday the 19th of April 2020, and once again I hope this video finds you safe and well and indoors. Alright, we're going to jump straight into releases this week with, let's be honest, you pretty much had to be under a rock to miss this one, that Lockheed Martin released the latest in the Prepared franchise of Flight Simulator series with the launch of Prepared V5. So, Prepared V5 comes to us with a range of updates, including the release of DX12, the addition of sloped runways, the addition of True Sky, the addition of NVIDIA GameWorks' wave physics, and a few other things as well, and a lot of sort of bugs and stuff like that have come out as bug fixes, as well as a couple of new aircraft. In terms of pricing and licensing, it's gone through the stock standard exact same licensing that we've seen for the Prepared family for a number of years now, which is that the license costs range from $59.95 US all the way up to $2,500 US, depending on which license that is appropriate to you. I'm not going to get into arguments about semantics. The fact is that read the EULA. If you are a K through 12 or a undergraduate university student, then you are eligible to purchase the academic license. If not, you purchase professional plus, your choice. I'm not going to buy into any discussion beyond that. Now, couple of things. I'm also not going to get any much further into the release either. If you want to know my opinion, please head over and have a look at my first impressions video. My hour and 11 minute long first impressions video of Prepared V5, the release version. And you will learn very quickly that I did not think it was a very well handled release. For various different reasons, but yes, hopefully. However, I do acknowledge then, and I still acknowledge now, that there is a lot of excellent groundwork that's been put here. I hope to see Prepared V5 evolve into the simulator that it is meant to be and has the potential to be, but right now, it ain't there. It really isn't. So, I'll leave it at that. Congratulations, Lockheed Martin, on the release. For everyone, please, for the love of all things holy, please stop trying to force stuff into your sim. Please wait until developers release and do their verifications and get content ready for the sim. Please do. Anyway, moving on. Don't forget to stay tuned for Lockheed Martin's website for any updates. Moving on, and that's released now, available now from Lockheed Martin's website. Alright, I don't normally do this, but I did actually want to do this because this actually makes a break with tradition for Lockheed Martin. So Lockheed Martin traditionally, whenever they release a new iteration of Prepared, they then cease updates to existing versions of Prepared. So I was very surprised when the day after V5 release, we saw a hotfix get released for Prepared 4.5. So this is hotfix 3. And brings Prepared V4.5 up to the latest version. What was really surprising for me for this was the fact that the vast majority of the bug fixes and content fixes that we see in V5, as opposed to looking at 4.5 going to 5, they actually made it into the 4.5 hotfix 3. Obviously, DX12 is not. Slope runways, none of that's in there. But it was very interesting that the actual bug fixes, they made it in. That was really interesting. So I was really impressed to see that, particularly some improvements to sim objects and scenario support and scenario updates. So really impressed with that. Congratulations, Lockheed Martin. I'm really happy with that. Like, that's awesome. So thank you very much. That's a free update for all Prepared users, for all Prepared Prepared V4 owners. Please log into your Prepared V4 account and access the latest installer and install instructions available now from your Lockheed Martin page. Alright, continuing on with new content releases for the ESP platform world, starting with a prepared exclusive release from Orbix, or rather prepared V4 and now V5 release from Orbix, of their release of Boulder City Airport. So this, it was previously announced, as sort of given a preview back in March, and now Orbix has actually come to release it. The Boulder City Municipal Airport, known as the Gateway to the Grand Canyon. So this is a highly accurate rendition of the airport just near Las Vegas, about 26 miles southeast of Las Vegas, and 2 kilometers from the city of the same name that it shares with, and handles 100,000 aircraft movements a year. That's a lot for a small municipal airport, that really is. Now, not only do you get the airport itself, you get a huge amount of actual sort of content and sort of photo content covered here as well. So you get high resolution photo imagery of the sort of the 15 centimeter pixel of the airport itself. You also get a city model of the city of Boulder City, Nevada. You also get updated photo reel for Lake Las Vegas, Lake Mead Marina, and Hoover Dam, all beautifully modeled as well. You get Black Canyon is modeled as well as the mountain range that includes Mount Wilson. So there's a lot of stuff going on over here. You also get a fully renditioned model of the Copper Mountain solar facility. So there's a lot going on here, not just for for pilots. There's a lot of low and slow stuff. The inclusion of the Black Canyon, that's a really big thing for me. Like, when I was getting back into flight simulation, the flight sim community that I fly with a lot, nowhere near as much as I would like to, but I used to get to fly with a lot. MS Flights community, one of the regular flights that we had was zipping through the Black Canyon in various different aircraft, wildly inappropriate for it, and it was so much fun, and I'm really looking forward to doing it again, thanks to this add-on. So there you go, that's really cool. As I said, I'm really impressed. In terms of the content, it looks absolutely outstanding. A lot of helipads have been modeled for the helicopter aficionados, so that's really great to see, along with a variety of the whole airport's been modeled in all of its buildings in high resolution detail. Full implementation of PBR materials and textures have been used throughout all runway surfaces and all major buildings as well, including custom 3D model static aircraft, helicopters, and ground vehicles are all included as well. So, looking pretty amazing. Coming out for pretty standard fair price for this one, looking at about $25 US, or your original equivalent, available now from Orbix Direct. Continuing on with another ESP release, and a true ESP release. This one is available all the way from F6 all the way up to and including prepared V5. So this is the latest release from Samsung 3D with their rendition of Seoul City for the ESP platforms. Now this includes highly detailed photo real textures for all of Seoul in multiple seasons, including summer, spring, autumn, and winter. Over 10,000 autogen buildings have been included with custom Korean style designs, a huge variety of custom 3D models for various points of interest, including major hotels, buildings, the entire business center, banks, major shopping malls, towers and squares, landmarks and gates have all been included as well. The Seoul train station has been modeled and designed to be optimized with a variety of different Seoul airport sceneries, as well as be compatible with Orbix's FDX Global, Vector and Buildings HD, which is actually really cool. I think this is the first add-on that's designed to take advantage of Orbix's Buildings HD as well, so that's kind of cool. It also includes a full set of night lighting for the entire city as well. It does acknowledge, though, that although it has all those really cool points of interest, it is not for very low altitude flights, such as that by helicopters, which is a bit of a shame. It is a 60 centimeter per pixel photo real scenery, and therefore is best for flying above 2,000 feet to get the best immersion. So that is pretty cool. Available now from Samsung 3D's website, available for $25 US, or your original equivalent, available now. moving out of the ESP platform sims and moving into the world of X-Plane, with the guys over at Aerosoft releasing their latest scenery this week, releasing Panama Pacifico X for XP. So the Panama Pacifico International Airport was formerly a US military base, actually, of Howard Air Force Base, which was built back in the 1930s to actually project American power into South America, as of course back then America was actually a colonial power back then, and actually sort of owned the Panama Canal Zone. Eventually, it would actually be agreed as part of the treaty to actually be returned as the canal was returned to the nation of Panama. It would actually also include the return of all and the handing over of all facilities, including Howard Air Force Base, which would then transition and on to become Panama Pacifico International Airport. So despite being an airport that was all handed over in 1999, it would actually primarily only be used for military operations or sort of some minor civilian operations until 2014, when the first commercial operations began actually operating. Now there are two main airlines that service the area: Viva Colombia and Wingo Airlines. Though Viva Colombia looks like they may have discontinued with their operations. Well, actually, let's be honest, everybody's discontinued their operations at the moment. So it does support your basic wide body airframes from all of the both of the major manufacturers. Now, this particular airport add-on includes photoreal scenery for the airport and surrounding area, includes full implementation of HDR lighting and some HD textures. Does not let us know whether it uses PBR or not. It doesn't appear to, at least not from the press release from Aerosoft. I don't know if it's anything different. If anybody does have it, let me know. Also support, it includes all airport buildings as it appears at the end of 2019. And this is our updated land class and updated to match orthophoto for the surrounding area as well, so that's kind of cool. Includes custom regional autogen inside the orthophoto coverage that's included with the product. Also includes SAM colors support for Orbix's TerraFlora, SFD Global, and Ortho for XP integration as required. So this one's coming in available now from Aerosoft or your favorite flight sim retailer, available for $18 US, or your regional equivalent, available now. In another X-Plane release, this time from Just Flight with partnership with Thoranda Design, saw the release of the Avro Vulcan B Mark II and variants this week. So the Vulcan is just an amazing aircraft. It really is. Like, I count myself very, very fortunate that I got to experience seeing and hearing and feeling one of these aircraft flying XH558, flying many years ago when I was living and working in the United Kingdom. And so it's very nostalgic. I have this on in Prepared and FSX. I have it. I love it, and I'm really excited that Just Flight have chosen to bring this to X-Plane 11. This aircraft is it's a monster. It really is. It's this giant delta wing powered by 4 Olympus turbofans. Turbojets, sorry. And the great thing about the engines, though, is that these are the same engines, non-afterburning versions, but they are the same engines that powered Concorde. So you just have this authentic sound, this unique sound, and it vibrates your entire being when you see, hear, and feel this aircraft take off. Although it was designed as a nuclear strike as part of the V bomber force of the United Kingdom during the Cold War, it would serve in combat only once, and it would serve in combat dropping to conventional munitions as part of the Falklands War in 1982 in what is known as the longest bombing mission in history, as they flew non-stop to the Falklands and back. So it's a pretty huge deal, this one, with a variety thing. In later life, they would go on to serve not only as a bomber, but they would also serve as a air-to-air refueler in the K2 variant, and also as a maritime radar reconnaissance service that would actually do many roles as part of border patrol and fishing patrol around the United Kingdom's sovereign waters. Now, this rendition of it includes full, incredibly accurate 3D models of all 3 variants. Also includes highly detailed 4K textures with full implementation of PVR of all textures as well. It includes a variety of payloads. Don't know whether you can drop them or not, the payloads, or whether you can drop them or not as part of the X-Plane's inbuilt weapon systems. I will let you know in my upcoming review. But otherwise, as I said, looking incredibly detailed, modeled off access to a real aircraft XM655, as well as full custom sound set off the real aircraft as well. Now, a really important point of difference here. So a couple of things I want to point out. So one, there doesn't appear to be any discount if you already own the ESP version. But there's one critical difference that I can already see between the X-Plane 11 version and the ESP version. So the ESP version, the X-Plane 11 version includes the Vulcan B Mark II, the K2 tanker variant, and the maritime radar reconnaissance variant, all in the one package for $50 US. The ESP platform version, however, is $50 US, but for the base aircraft only. It does not. So if you want the K2 and the maritime radar reconnaissance models and textures as well, then you have to purchase those separately for about $17. So I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed that it's all been integrated into one package. I wonder though, is this something that maybe they should roll out to existing users as well of the ESP platform? I'm not sure. Don't have an answer for you as to why, but as I said, it's just an interesting note to have for this one. So we'll see. Anyway, as I said, if you wanted to experience this in X-Plane 11, then I would highly recommend that you pick this one up, coming in at $50 US or your original equivalent, available now from Just Flight or your favorite flight sim retailer. Moving out of the flight sim world and moving into the world of something completely different to round up the new releases for this week, saw the release of Boot Camp Fitness. Now, this is possibly the most appropriate title to get released in current conditions. For those of us who do enjoy being active, or who are wanting to make sure that we make the most of our time when we are sort of locked away from the world and in quarantine, and various sort of doing various social distancing measures, and we're having trouble sort of getting some motivation, and we don't have access to our gyms and the like. So this concept is by Kevin Baker, who's a personal trainer, but also a bit of a fan of computer animation, and he wanted to bring essentially a body weight only, so no equipment required, to actually bring bring some exercise into your computer so you can actually sort of follow along with the actual program as well. So much like the idea of there are a lot of apps like this available for mobile, and this simply extends it one step further and takes it to your PC. So probably more useful for NUC PCs or PCs that are connected to TVs, or maybe tablet PCs that you can hook onto a PC. But you have step-by-step instructions, do a full workout in various lengths of time that you can set and go through some options. Looks really amazing. It looks. I'm not going to say it looks amazing. It looks basic, but it looks effective at what it does. So that's probably as important, if not more important, to actually be effective and useful. As I said, it's kind of cool, kind of interesting. I like the fact, as I said, that it does look at that basic, it's body weight exercises, so you don't need equipment. All you need is 4 meters by 4 meters of space. It's not VR, it's just flat screen, and you do just need to have that space around you. So this has been released into early access, and they have admitted that they have pushed it out to make sure to give people something to do during this period of time. So it is interesting to see it come out. I hope you guys said it'd be interesting to see how it goes for you. Be curious to see what you think. This one's available for $11 US or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. Alright, so that rounds out the new releases for the week, for the NovaWrap this week, but I did just want to touch on two other major developments that happened in the flight sim world this week. I really wanted to announce these to you guys, because I think these two developers have done something amazing in this challenging time that we all find ourselves facing at the moment as part of this united global pandemic. And I think one of the most important things in this time is to actually celebrate the positives that come out at the moment. the first one I'm going to say is my good friends over at Iris Simulations have announced that their entire range will be available to access for free. So you can purchase any or all of their content available for free. At this stage is available. They've made this offer available until June, so you've got April and May to be able to take advantage of this offer. Their collection has an extraordinary range of aircraft, so including the BD-5 Microjet, the Christian Eagle, the Pilatus PC-21, they have the Beechcraft Texan T6, they've got the Elena C-27J Spartan, there's a A-10 Warthog here, there's a CT-4F, Trainer, Grob 190B, and probably two of my favorites, the Jabiru J160 and 170. Like, there's a huge range of aircraft here available for all of the ESP platforms, FSX compatible all the way up to and including V4, and they are intending to bring V5 support to many of these titles as well. So these titles normally cost anywhere between sort of $10 and $50, and they are all available for free, available to us, the community, right now. So the owner of Iris Simulations has let me know that they've faced some challenges already since this announcement was first made with their website and their web servers. However, they have found that they've spun up some load balancers, so you should be able to access it now. So if you want to take advantage of some of these aircraft, there's a variety of levels of quality, of detail and quality here, but overall I think they're all pretty amazing personally, and the Iris Simulations aircraft form a pretty stable part of my flying catalogue, so I do highly recommend them to you guys. So head over to irissimulations.com.au to pick those up, available now for free. In the other big announcement for free for a period of time, Eagle Dynamics have gone above and beyond as well, and they have announced that between April 18th and May 19th 2020 is that you'll be able to access every single module that's available in DCS right now for free. Every single last one. That's everything from the first one that I ever did in DCS, which was Black Shark 2 and the A10C, all the way through to the latest ones, including the F-16C Viper, the F-18 Hornet, and the Persian Gulf map. They are all available now, and as I said, you can access them for free, whether it be directly via their website, your account via the website, or via the Steam store. Now, during that period as well, they're also offering a 50% discount for most of their add-ons. However, the F-14B and the AJS-37 Viggen, they do not have a 50% discount off. They have $15 off their cost. So, but otherwise, the rest of the modules all have a 50% discount, which is pretty much unheard of, a discount to be that steep. So, guys, if you wanted to get in, and if you've been sitting on the fence about DCS World and you weren't sure about it, now is the time to give it a try. And I have to, I love DCS World. I love the fidelity of the modules that are in there. I do not spend anywhere near enough time flying in there that I would like to. So, guys, I have to say a huge thank you to Eagle Dynamics, and guys, congratulations. And everybody, head over, grab some experience DCS World and what it has to offer. Cannot recommend it enough. Alright, and on those two amazing pieces of positive news in our world, I want to say that does round out the NovaWrap for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed these videos and want to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright, folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.